That shit, bitch.
Just to recap, I'm sure I've already said it, but Claire, my Claire, she had completely changed after we reunited after like 10 years. We saw them at our dojo, or we saw them somewhere else, but she had completely been like, she wasn't creative, talented anymore, or she wasn't doing anything for herself anymore. So I'll just start from there. So they were back from living in New York and were going to our same jiu-jitsu academy. Walter was still the same. Claire was still beautiful, but she was not as polished as she was before. She wore more modest clothing. I could not see her fake breasts behind her baggy shirts. I forgot to mention she got a breast job, which I thought was great. And that was a shame that they were hidden behind the
that's a shame.
Sweatshirt.
The world is bummed.
Or her modest clothing. Yeah. I thought it was safe to confess my confessions of disappointment in my marriage to Claire, because that was around the time that I was like, our marriage was like ending for me.
Yeah.
And we had just reunited with them. So, you know, I had been close to Claire before when we were married, so I thought it was safe to confess,
this was still your
confide in her.
Yeah.
But I was wrong. I did not completely know how she had changed over the years, but I was also at the end of my marriage and needed to talk about it. She had been a good friend before. I was flailing, desperate jailmate. Desperate jailmate, telling anyone who would listen how I needed answers. I needed an escape. Claire was the wrong person to tell that to. She was completely programmed into submission by her cult leader at this point, but I did not know this as I spewed on. She advised me that marriage is hard, and she once left Walter for a time, but she came right back. She shared with me another story of being frustrated with her son, and she immediately called Walter, and he told her to follow the Bible of disciplining her children with the rod and staff. So she proceeded to spank her 13-year-old son without emotion. Yep. She told me these things as if to give me advice in my troubled time. I just thought she had become more robotic than when I had first met her. And what the fuck are you spanking your 13-year-old son for?
My God, that's fucking weird.
Yes. It's weird.
Oh,
but this
Claire,
is how
you're a weird bitch.
This is how much they have taken the scripture into like, this is the way, this is the law. But it gets crazier. So he is going, I thought about the son. He's going to grow up with issues, but I did not say that out loud to her. I just nodded my head and realized I had shared too much information with her. At this point, at the end of my marriage, I could still be called a Christian and was still trying to work things out with my husband with the guilt of disobeying our religion. Walter had been trying to start his own church at this time and offered to have a Bible study with me and my husband and him and Claire. During the Bible study, I shared with him how I had dreams and visions and felt like that was how I connected with God, which I am very visual. I always have like stuff like that. He flatly told me that wasn't real. He shared a story of someone who had a dream of a plane crash that she felt was going to happen in the future. This woman had come to Walter for advice. His advice, he told us, was to ignore it. I dropped my jaw as he told us this story. Walter went on to tell me that my dreams were my imagination, and the only way to know God was through strict reading and obedience to the Bible. I was horrified. He had erased my whole relationship with God in a nutshell. When they left, I looked at my husband and hoped he was as horrified as me. To my continued horror, on top of horror, my husband's face was lit up. Like he finally found someone saying exactly what he wanted to hear. That I was wrong, that he was right, and that controlling me was what God wanted. It was as if Walter had come into my husband's life at the perfect time. I was starting to slip away from my controlled marriage, and he could feel it, and he needed me to shut up and get back in line. Walter was my husband's religious angel coming at the perfect time with the perfect plan. Fucking whack, right?
Oh my God.
It's wackier, but yeah.
Closet gays.
What? Closet gays? Did you say gay? What?
And then my husband pulled down Walter's pants.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Like,
People have
"Well,
joked about him.
Hey, how in love with this guy are you? You fucking
like,
sick fuck. Not that being gay is sick, but you know, the one where you're like, I'm gonna hate on all things, but I'm probably gonna be like, wow, in the background. Like, hypocrite.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Well, it gets crazier.
Oh,
okay?
what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, but I'll wait to say it. Probably butt ramming right now.
Good for them.
Do it without shame.
Do it without shame.
Just do it.
Don't Jeffrey Dahmer that shit.
So, wait, okay, where am I? I started to notice more and more after this Bible study that Claire was in fact different more than just baggier clothes. She was still fake, but not Barbie fake. It was like modest Stepford Wife fake. Ooh. It was like she had shoved her real self, her talents and dreams deep, deep down, and she was doing her duty as per the Bible. So at a barbecue for the dojo, we reunited at, I can't say it, reunited at. We were catching up and she asked me, almost like a robot, if she seemed different. I was hesitant to tell her she was. I did not want to offend her. I asked her if she still did all the creative things she used to do. Did she still make beautiful purses, art, interior design, plan parties, etc.? She said no to it all. I asked why. I asked her if she did anything she enjoyed or did for herself. And she said, like a robot, I didn't add the robot part in my book, but she said, I am happy to serve my husband first and my kids. When I wanted to plan a party for my friend Walter told me no. I need to spend my time on him and the kids. It makes me happy to put them first, she said, again like a robot, saying what she was supposed to say. I told her it was sad she did not do anything for herself anymore. She said she was happy serving her husband and that is her job as a wife. I thought of her life and it just seemed like oppression. So, dude, I swear to God, this is all a completely true story. She said all that shit to me.
That's fucking wild. There are people who, you know, like Stockholm Syndrome, right? Like people who are captured by like the enemy, and then like during certain types of manipulation, they start to identify with the enemy. It's called Stockholm Syndrome, where you start to identify with the enemy, and
I've heard of that.
You think it's that you really feel that way, but it's actually a syndrome of survival, where you're trying to survive, so you're literally now a part of the problem, essentially.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's crazy how the brain works in the mind and
how survival kicks in, and you know, I mean, she probably couldn't leave. He probably threatened to take the kids, and that she would never be nothing, or would never be anything, and that like this and like that. And so she just was like, all right, if I have to survive, then this is what I got to do.
Yeah, and she completely relied on the religion and the scripture, and he did too. Like
because if she didn't, that it would threaten her survival in that situation.
Yeah,
like that was the only thing that she had.
Well, it gets crazier because she uses religion. She couldn't handle it anymore, and she used religion they both used religion to get out. But I'll keep reading because it explains. It's crazy.
Do it.
Later, after she had told me all that stuff about how she's just oppressed, like I felt like she was oppressed. Later that day, Ted, my ex, and I got into an argument after I told him how oppressed Claire had become. He started asking questions that sounded almost innocent. Well, what's wrong with that? But I could feel the undertone when I said, why are you defending her? She's being oppressed. He denied it immediately. He claimed he was only asking questions, but I recognized the pattern. It was the same kind of denial and reversal Ted always used, twisting things around to protect himself from ever being confronted about who he really was or what he was doing. So he confided in Walter as if he were his spiritual authority. Around the time I decided to separate, Walter texted me out of nowhere. It felt off. I asked Ted if Walter knew I had asked for a separation. So at this time I had been like, okay, I need a separation because it just started getting nutty. And he said yes. Then I asked if he knew why Walter was reaching out to me, asking me to talk. And he said no. Of course, he's going to deny it.
Yeah, of course. I have no idea.
Behind the scenes.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because other people think that you should be obeying your husband too.
Yeah. My ex-husband came home one time and told me, husband at the time, and told me that Claire was at church crying about me. It disturbed me as I was still so unstable and had religious guilt burning in me. Like, he would come home and be like, Claire was like crying at church, praying for your soul, because she was also freaked out that I had decided to separate from him.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're going to burn in hell. Get back, submit to your husband.
Yeah, because honestly, like, if she doesn't think that, then the idea that she has been this miserable and stuck becomes a reality, and she can't have that reality.
Wow. You totally brought this other perspective that I never thought about.
Yeah, that
from like her,
from a survival point. If she,
that's crazy.
That's even how the narcissists are though as well. Like they can't understand that they're so insecure, because it will literally destroy them because of how insecure they are. So if they admit fault or they take accountability and are like, yeah, I fucked up, that means that they're nothing. So they absolutely cannot take accountability because it means
that's why they won't go to therapy.
Oh, 100%.
That's crazy because the way you're explaining it,
but some of them will go to therapy even
makes so much more sense. Because when I was reading and learning about narcissism, they were saying that narcissists, most like 99% of them don't ever change because it's too hard for them to face themselves. Because they hate themselves. They hate themselves
and they're so insecure, and facing mistakes that they've made would be detrimental to them.
Yeah.
And so it as a survival, they absolutely have to just blame it on everybody else and convince themselves. Otherwise, and it's not an excuse for them. It's an underlying.
Well, it makes a whole lot of sense when you look at all of their behaviors, and it's like that's exactly how my ex has always acted.
No.
Like he blamed the whole divorce on me and refused to go to therapy.
Oh yeah, of course.
Refused it. And I'm like,
because what if they go?
I would have stayed with him if he would have healed.
What if they go and they find out they're the problem?
Yeah.
That
was never his problem.
That is 100% not something that can ever happen.
Yeah, it's fucking insanity,
But that's also what happens with like your friend there, right? Like to survive, she has built this world of this is what I do to survive, and this is how I feel happy, and I know that I'm doing the right thing, and that's what makes me feel like this behavior and how I'm being treated is justified. And when something challenges that, it breaks the whole world up. Like, wait, what? Like, wait, I and then
that's crazy.
And it becomes like so if you don't think those things, then you have the opportunity to think that you can go and you can leave and you can do this and do that. And like that, even the freedom part is scary to people, once they've been stuck in a relationship for so long.
Dude, that's so crazy that you're saying that, because she was like, I don't put it in the book, but maybe I should, but she was nutty. She sent me pages and pages of messages, like freaking out, using scripture, saying how I was going to hell. I'm not a Christian anymore. Like, you have to go back with your husband. But she had like pages of messages. I had to eventually block her because she was acting so crazy. And but like you said, it's her like her. What
you can't challenge it.
Really,
it's a defense mechanism, right?
Yeah.
It can't be challenged because it is what has kept her afloat this long, and it's what she has also been manipulated with. And if that, and when, especially like if you're manipulated to believe this thing and then you believe it's not that thing, that means I'm basically pulling out a foundational block, and now everything is shaky, right?
Yeah.
Everything that you knew crumbles.
Yeah.
If that becomes an opportunity to think that way. And a lot of people, especially in religion, they have built, or they have whatever, their life on this basis, and then when somebody challenges it, they can't even let that thought in. They can't even go there, because if they do, it shakes the whole foundation, and they don't know what to do.
Excuse me.
You know?
Yeah. Well, to add on to that, which says the end, like, she was so into that whole, religion thing. The only way that she could escape, because I knew she wanted to escape that marriage from the very beginning, how I talked about in the beginning, where she like had a meltdown with me, and you could always sense like her like on the edge, like she was just holding up an image, because that was her duty. They ended up getting divorced, but her only loophole was in the Bible. You can only divorce if there's cheating or adultery. And I know they fucking made that up, because she just couldn't handle it anymore. So she took the blame and said that she had committed adultery.
Well, maybe she had.
I don't think she did. I think it was just,
she's probably
sure,
hella desperate for it, but also maybe hella desperate for the divorce. I think it could be both.
Yeah,
both things can exist,
I can't say for sure, but well, I'll just read about it. But
okay.
I did hear it through the grapevine. But yeah, it's crazy to add to your story. Like, it was that her whole thing was so
Am I going to drink this whole bottle of wine by myself?
No, give me some.
Gosh. I'm like, holy shit, this bitch is just
I might have to wait a while to
chug it.
I might have to wait a while to leave, though.
Oh, that's fine. We got plenty of time.
Okay, yeah. I don't have to wake up early. Do you have to do anything? Wake up early?
Nope.
Okay, so I don't remember where I left off.
She was being a bitch.
Okay, so Claire, she wasn't herself anymore. I could see it in her eyes, in the way she spoke. She was fully submitted to Walter. There was nothing left of her. No spark, no individuality. Indivag.
There was nobody in
Why can I not say things? No voice of her own. Then Walter called and left a message. He said he needed my help to help Ted become a better husband, to fix the wrongs of the past. Ugh. He even suggested that Ted and I meet with him and Claire as couples. But I knew exactly what that meant. In my mind, I thought, there's no way I'm sitting down with you to be talked into joining your Stepford Wife religious cult.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Get the fuck out of here with that fucking women controlling, trying to get your Stepford Wife bullshit.
Yeah. Get the fuck out. You all can fuck yourselves. Fuck yourself. I kept thinking about the Stepford Wives. Every woman in that movie was talented, smart, and capable, but the husbands couldn't handle it. They felt threatened by their wives' strength and brilliance. They erased it. And now watching it unfold in real life, I saw the same pattern. Claire, my friend, was talented, beautiful, full of life and ideas. She was everything these men feared. And like the woman in the movie, she was being molded to disappear into someone else's version of holy. I knew the same fear applied to me. I'm an artist, a creator, someone who lives in ideas and a self-expression. Ted never liked that about me. Never did. That's why, as I started to feel strong again, going to jiu-jitsu, embracing my artist side, reclaiming my independence, he became desperate to get me to submit. And he fucking did. Like, I'm not saying it in the chapter, but he fucking lost his shit, which pushed me into separation from him. But he turned into a psychopath.
But you didn't submit.
Yeah, I didn't submit.
Yeah.
And I was slipping away. I was starting to see that he was a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
And I tried to get our marriage to get healed, but the more I discovered that stuff, the narcissist thing where you can't face yourself,
yeah,
the more he turned psycho. And I'm like, what? This is how we can heal. And like, he wasn't interested in that. Nope. He just needed me to submit.
He needed you to submit.
Yeah, so.
Stay in your lane, bitch.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm like turning 40. I ain't gonna live like this anymore.
Well, like, I have a story really quick.
Yeah.
Really quack.
Really quack.
Duck. No, I'm just kidding. So there's this fucking dude that does the hash sometimes, and he's an older guy, and he's so loud and like, always like
overt narcissist.
Just totally. And like, he's got a girlfriend. She's like 25 years younger than him, and he used to follow me on Facebook and say things like, "Oh, well, what? You don't want to listen to me." And I've been in a relationship for this long. I'm just kind of like, it's a deviant relationship. Like, I'm not interested in hearing your fucking thoughts. And I'm like, whatever. Anyways. And so if I make a post, like one time I made a little post, I was like, oh, you know what? This is so great. Not even Nanas will complain. And I was really giving him a shout out because the trail was really good. And Nana's always complaining about things. Nanas is the guy.
His name is Nanas?
It's Nana's.
No, but so the guy you're talking about, his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nanas. Okay. Yeah. So I was like, oh, somebody else was laying a trail. And I was like, oh, this trail's going to be so good. Not even Nanas will complain. And he left me this fucking novel of how, I'm making him look at the bad guy and this and that. And and he was just like being so sensitive and butthurt. And literally my love language is talking shit. And I literally was just like, this is going to be a great trail. Everybody come out. Like, it's going to be so good that not even Nanas can complain. And he literally just vented his sensitive girl feelings all over the fucking thread.
Sounds like a narcissist. Narcissists have huge egos.
Oh, yeah.
Or so they don't like their image.
So then I'm like, hey, calm down. Blah, blah. Everybody else is like, do you know Tiff? That was actually like her giving you a shout out and this trail having a shout out. And he just couldn't have it. And I finally was like, you know what? Like, I just won't bring your name up when I'm making a shout out for anybody's trail because clearly you can't handle it. And he was like, good, now go make me a sandwich.
What? He really said that?
I was like, oh my God. So what? I'm not allowed to make little jokes that's not even fucking sexist. And then you get to be like, good, I would appreciate that because blah, blah. After you just left the most emotional fucking wah post that I ever fucking saw, and everybody saw it, and everybody thought it was a wah.
That's why, because everybody saw it.
And then he was like, "Who made me a sandwich?" Oh, so you get to make the fucking joke. But if I make the joke, you want to fucking give me a novel about how how it's my fault?
Oh God, that's.
And I just was like, ha 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 ha. If I make that motherfucker a sandwich, it's gonna have fucking cyanide in it.
You should have said that. Damn.
No, I don't want to say it because I want him to die when he eats it.
Yeah.
Too many murder podcasts for me. Anyways, my point being that like they can fucking dish it out, but they absolutely cannot take it. You can say something and they blow up and then they just want to be able to do it themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why I was complaining last episode or the episode, whatever, like with the fucking like the man babies.
Yeah.
Like
we should call the episode Man Babies. Instead of insecure men, man babies. Man babies.
Man.
Yeah, because seriously, that's what they are. In the end, even the carefully constructed illusion of control couldn't keep her bound forever. She was never truly happy, just compliant, until the day she found an escape. The church he built that my ex went to, his hero cult leader, crumbled along with his marriage. Without the image of a perfect, submissive wife.
Exactly.
He no longer had a congregation to manipulate. And almost poetically, he became a cop, just like his father. His father was a cop too, just like his father, who was rumored to have bullied women into showing him their breasts in exchange for leniency. Some men never change. They just find new uniforms to hide behind. So anyway,
that is why
I
hate cops.
Yes.
I'm so sorry for the ones that are out there that aren't bad, but as a whole, there's a certain type of person who decides, I'd like to go into the world and be able to take people's fucking rights from them with power.
Yep.
And however I want to do it. Because they can't really do anything about it because I'm a cop. I'm the authority, so I can literally kill a guy, not get in trouble. I can threaten to make a woman's life hell if she doesn't show me her fucking boobs. I can just be an asshole. And there's only a certain type of person that appeals to.
You know, when I first got divorced, I was like, career. And one of the things that I wanted to do was be a cop. I didn't totally mean that to happen, but being in that world, because the fighter in me, the like warrior part of me,
I tried to join the sheriffs for a time.
Yeah, and you
have a lot of
a badass sheriff too.
Military. No, I would be a terrible sheriff because I'm not gonna fucking follow the blue line.
Yeah. Well, the part of you that's like, I'll fuck a bitch up.
Well, yeah, that's the problem is I'm going to fuck some injustice up, and the cops don't really want that.
No,
because there's a lot of injustice in the cops.
If you find somebody, like, you'll fucking tackle them down and, you know.
Well, yeah.
But, so, what I realized from being in that world, because I went and did the whole course and the physical test, and I mingled with all the people and all that, and what I learned from the people in that world is most narcissists get those jobs.
Yeah.
Because, and I even remember this douchebag like going off at one of the because I used to go and like practice the test course, and he's like, I just can't wait to be a cop because then I can, you know, like dominate. I don't remember how he said it, but basically he couldn't wait to be a cop so that he could fucking, you know, be dominating asshole.
Basically,
and I'm like, I hope you never become a cop.
Take people's rights. No, that's exactly the type of person they want. They want someone that will follow the blue line. That's what that whole brotherhood is about.
Well,
it means that you get to
be a cop.
You do not rat. It does not matter if you saw that person rape another person. The blue line says you cannot rat out your brother.
Seriously?
Yeah, the whole thing is basically like the blue line brotherhood is a whole thing where like you get away with stuff and you do not get your fellow cops in trouble. It's more of a cover. That's why there's this whole issue with things.
Well,
and
my
like
daughter's gonna have a hard time with that then.
That's why like people, they don't make it if they're whistleblowers as cops, because if you join to genuinely like try to take care of the public, you either are going to be shunned by the blue line people, and I'm hoping that it's changing now, right? As more of like 2020 riots.
It wasn't like that when I went there, but I didn't make it past the physical.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like that while you were there because you weren't in it yet.
Yeah.
There
were a lot more tests that I had to take.
You probably wouldn't have made it, not because you're not smart enough or not fit enough, but probably because you have too much of a frontal lobe that gives you compassion.
No, you're right, because I passed the physical and I passed the written test, the huge long written test. I didn't pass the part where you have to tell the truth, and I was completely honest. They ask you a million questions like about your life, and I didn't pass that. I think it's because I smoked weed.
Oh yeah, they'll make you wait. If you smoke weed, they make you wait for a little bit longer after that.
Yeah, they said like 5 years, and then after that, I just wasn't interested anymore. But I didn't know that about the blue line.
Yeah, dude, you need to. Oh, this didn't work.
Well, I'm really glad that I never got into that world. I mean, I don't think I would pass the like lie detector test and all that because of my performance anxiety and freaking out.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think I could handle being a cop because of all the trauma.
No, I don't think so either. And also, like, you would have to watch people do things that were wrong and be okay with it.
I would not be okay with it.
And so then you would
I would
shunned.
not follow the blue line because I'd be the person to be like, no, that's not okay.
And you would...
I cannot be okay with that. But my daughter's not like that either, though. So I don't know how she's going to survive.
She's going to do her best.
I don't think
cool that fucking bead looks.
What is that?
That is the half-assed.
Penis?
No, it's the half-assed
Oh,
little
it's
drunk
the
man.
person.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can see it.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Oh.
I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. I just had somebody make me a mold for it, and I'm like, I'm going to make things. Like, these I'll make necklaces out of, but this I was just like, I don't know, I just wanted it.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I love little things just to have.
I only have big things in my life.
Many things are so wonderful, though.
You can't see, but I'll show it again when I bake them. And
I didn't even make any, sorry.
Yeah, you fucking bitch. Just kidding. No, you were talking, you were reading, and so I'll bake them tomorrow, and then maybe on our next show we will just I'll show you. Maybe the next show I'll talk about hash necklaces and how I make them. Okay, and I'll use that as a bead. So would you rather? Would you rather?
5 minutes. So I wanted to hear more stories about you, insecure men. Or we're gonna have another episode though, right?
Oh, we could talk about insecure men for days. I mean, can we?
Okay.
Yeah,
because I want to hear more stories about you. I felt like.
Oh well, let's talk about my fucking coworker.
Yes.
Let's talk about how I am new. And I've been in logistics for a long fucking time. But some of the stuff that we are doing is a lot of stuff that I've been adjacent to, but I haven't actually touched. Not to mention that I'm new to this company. It's a different database. It's overhead logistics is the same. I understand the engineering change process. I got that. I understand this and that. However, the database, how it goes through the queue from one person to person and how it gets signed off, all of these things are completely new. Right? I don't know how this goes. And all of the provisioning databases and how they determine it. They've always done provisioning in the sense that I had to go to the OEM's provisioning database to get the codes that I needed, not create the codes myself based on things.
Provisioning database codes.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm not smart like that.
Well, so basically, if you have a car, right, and it needs a part. Your tire needs to get replaced. And I'm used to being like, okay, well, the military needs to order this part, but they don't have this part in their system. So I got to put it into their system. So I see that tire is made by Michelin. Mm-hmm. I go to the Michelin company. I get all of these beep, boop, beep, boop, beep codes. I put it in my database. And then I hit send. It goes through this whole process. And then the government says, okay, you can buy it now. I'm like, oh, great. Cool. Wow. Right? So, but now I'm on the side of the manufacturer where I'm like, this is my tire. I determine if it's beep, boop, beep code, beep, boop, beep code, beep, boop, beep code. Beep, I'm used to just going to them and saying, can you give me your beep, boop, beeps? And now I'm doing the beep, boop, beeps. And it's a different side. It's a different side of the job. Anyways, I have this fucking coworker who is like attributing feelings to me that I don't have. Like, I asked him a question, why did this training get canceled? He was like, oh, I don't want to talk to Mark. I was like, okay. And then somebody else came up and was asking about it. And he was just like, well, this and that. I'm like, yeah, it's really weird because like I talked to him too. And it seemed like he was fine about it. He was like, no, you know what it is? He doesn't want me to train people. And the way he emphasized it, I was like, you know what? I know that I went in with the reassurance, right? No, I know he values your training. Like, he wants me to train with you. So it's not you. Because he said, me, emphasis on me, right? And he's like, he just doesn't want everybody to get trained by me. Like, I said what I said. Dan heard me. I wasn't going to say anything, but you pushed me. And I was like thinking in my head, like, it's not that serious, number one. Number one, nobody fucking cares if they're getting trained or not. They would like to have it, but if they can't for whatever reason, they're totally fine with it. Second, I didn't push you. I was confused, and I thought that you thought that he didn't want you. So I was like being all reassuring, and instead then he had the audacity, men's audacity, to fucking message me online later and say like, it was pretty funny to watch you blow your lid. And I was like, I didn't blow my lid.
Motherfucker.
I literally didn't even get remotely upset. I was just confused, like, wait, what? And then when he came out with but you pushed me, I was just literally like, that was the weirdest shit that ever fucking happened.
She's a fucking man, baby.
And then all during this last week, right? I tried to bring something up, and he would be like, well, there's this and this and this and this, and like he's trying to show me how much he knows. When it doesn't, that was not the question I asked. I said, what is this and what is that? And he said, well, this is this and this is this and this is this and this is this. You should know that. And it's like, I didn't ask any of those things. None of those things that I asked. But thank you for showing me how much you know. But that didn't answer my question at all. And so I talked to my boss and I talked to my other boss and I was like, is it just me? Or is this everybody? And one of them confirmed that like he's like that with a lot of people. But I don't see him doing it to anybody else. It feels like...
That's because you're a bad bitch and he's threatened.
It feels like he's going out of his way to subtly undermine me. He has taken the opportunity in meetings to tell other people that are my equal, I'm above him, that are my equal, oh, well, she's going to be working on this. And so like, she's going to need to know this and this and this. And I didn't know that I was going to be working on that. And I'm like, well, wow, this is weird. I haven't heard any of this from any of my management. And who are you, the below me guy, telling me what I'm going to be doing? How do you know this? So I was like, hey, I talked to my director. Is there a reason why he's being told what I'm going to be? Am I doing this? And if not, cool. But if so, why is this person telling other people that I'm doing that? And why have I not been informed? And he was like, you don't get tasks from him. Only from me, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. That's the only people that you can get tasks from. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I get that, but like, maybe people are talking about what I'm going to be doing and he thought like he was doing me a favor. I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses, but like in general, my request was, please keep me in the loop about what my potential and or actual tasks are going to be in the future. That way I don't have to go to him whenever I ask him a question. He gets defensive like I'm fucking challenging his work. And I'm fucking not. And I'm like, God, you're so fucking insecure. I can't even ask a goddamn question without you thinking that it means that I'm fucking challenging you. And I need to be able...
You can't win with this man, baby.
I'm new. I need to be able to ask questions. No, I can't win with this man, baby.
Well, yeah, the fact of the matter is that he's a man, baby, and you have stepped into his world, and he's like threatened.
Yeah. And so what do when the bad bitch shows up and they threatened them? They chisel away at the bad bitch. They try to undermine them. They try to make them look bad to elevate themselves. That's kind of like a bully, right?
Yeah. So is he under you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said that, but
yeah, he's
under you. So is there any way you can just like not be around him?
No, I sit in this next cube, but I have talked to my boss. I have asked my director and one of my leads for tips. They've known him longer. Mm-hmm. Hey, do you have any tips on how to, handle this? Like, because I want to be able to ask questions without getting attacked every single time. And it makes it tough for me because I'm already new. I'm already frustrated with some of the stuff that I'm learning. Mm-hmm. And I need to be able to ask these questions instead of feeling like if I ask the question, I'm just going to be met with like defensiveness and or like a show, a fucking peacock. Well, look at what I got.
It's kind of like constant, like, it's like constant battle. It's like, do I have the energy to constantly like come against all your,
do I have the energy to even ask this question about my job? Yeah. I'd like to know this thing so I can do this job correctly, but the only person I can ask...
Oh, fuck. What does that mean?
My phone might have died. The only person I can ask, this is on you now. The only person I can ask is being a fucking dick. All right, let me see what happened. I don't know why. I know. So I'm raging out about my coworker, but all of our devices are dying because we've been filling it full of juicy, hot, hard information.
Yeah.
And we're running out of drink.
Yeah, I know. No more.
A little White Claw.
Oh, thank you. No, that's good. That's good.
I'll make you a wet bitch. All right, let's close this out. I don't know what mini this is, but it's a mini.
Cheers,
bitch.
Man
babies.
I mean, I don't want to cheers to that,
babies.
but cheers to exposing man babies, I guess.
And not letting them get to us. And
fuck them.
Also show us the heart.
Oh, yes. I guess I made this.
Yes, she did. That's the other dress that we did when we did the tie-dye prep. So anyways, perfect heart. Yes. All right, we're out.
Okay.
Deuces.